very low. Fuck
I'm
high.
very low.
I'm not even gonna put this on Facebook. This is a behind the scenes man cave edition that you can only find on our Twitch stream and the YouTube channel.
Hey, beautiful,
Because
Look,
beautiful.
all I'm saying is, we're gonna fix the health because
did she get married? Oh my fucking god! Oh no, she didn't get married. Wait a minute.
Or we could put it
Did she?
out. We could put it out as a behind the scenes like later. Like we don't have to go live, but we could
No,
put it out later as a behind the scene.
no. It's on YouTube and Twitch. Those are my two.
YouTube and Twitch.
Those are gonna be my two hidden platforms that I'm gonna start using. I'm gonna have
Okay.
a specific YouTube channel that
Okay.
has nothing but all the shows whenever they go live. It makes it one, it backs it up for me. So if I
Uh huh.
ever need to pull a video, I know exactly where it is.
Uh huh.
Um, and two, I'm gonna start locking shit down in
Hmm.
2021. Like episodes that are less than 4 months old
Uh
are
huh.
all getting archived. Like
Okay.
they're not going to still be available for people to listen to through, let's say, Spotify, Apple,
Hmm.
and all of them places. No, all
Okay.
that cut. The only way you're going to
Okay.
be able to listen to these apps going forward, I mean these episodes going forward, is you
Hmm.
got to have the either our Patreon app, which is something I'm
Hmm.
looking into, um,
Okay.
or I might just build an actual website,
Okay.
and you can only hear the episodes there. And definitely all the episodes are going to go to the TDR radio in one shape or form.
Hmm.
So those be the only
Okay.
places you can hear them at. So I'm gonna
Okay.
start
But we
locking all
still,
that.
we still, we still doing the same format as far as like when we do the show, we going live, or we cutting out the live altogether, and we're just gonna go back to the audio like how we was doing.
No,
How
no, no.
we?
Live ain't going nowhere. That's here to stay now. That's permanently
Okay.
here. That's permanently here now.
Okay. I'm with it.
What's gonna happen? Like what it is lives only stay around or stay up
Hmm.
for a week to 2 weeks at a time.
Right.
So
Right.
once the live has been done,
Hmm.
um, if you're not in the groups, you're not my friend,
Hmm.
or you're not subscribed to one of the YouTube channels,
Hmm.
you're not gonna see them.
Right. 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 Right.
Those
Or if
are,
you not my, or if you are you still posting the lives on my page too?
I mean, of course they go to your page, but let's be honest, bro. Over time, how many people really go back to people's pages to watch an old live?
Oh no, definitely. I was just asking. I mean, because what I do is what I started doing was after I promote the live the night that we go live, and then after that or whatever, I may promote it a couple of more days, but then after that, I go straight to the audio. Like I copy the link from speaker or Spotify or something. I'll copy the link and I promote the audio
As you should.
because yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I started doing, stuff like that. But oh yo, about the radio, I seen the promotion. We said you going, we definitely gonna go, you know what I'm saying, bring the radio back into tone deaf. What's the structure of that? Like what exactly, I know you said you was doing it with your people. What's the structure? Like how are we looking for new shows that's gonna be radio shows? Because Tone Deaf Network is the podcast world. That's, everybody, got the podcast, and then is Tone Deaf Radio, that's gonna be the actual radio shows.
All right. So the pitch for the new TDR
Hmm.
is podcast first, music second.
Okay.
So think of think of the morning shows, but all
Hmm.
day. So for an example, Man Cave usually runs about an hour and a half.
Right.
We have a great topic, right?
Right.
But every show is really blocked off for 2 hours.
Right.
So
Right.
when I set up to record, or when I'm sitting out to talk to somebody, or even when I do this, it's going to be a 2 hour block. So let's say
Right.
Man Cave airs every Friday on TDR from noon to 2 p.m. Okay.
Hmm.
So episode 35 is what's going to air. All right.
Hmm.
Episode 35 may have only been an hour long. So the
Hmm.
other hour will probably be a music block.
Okay.
Okay. Music block, a few commercials, or
Hmm.
depending on what's going on or how the topic went, I might chop it up in the show. So here's
Okay.
do it like a regular TV show where when the topics change, then we cut to commercial break, play a little quick 30-second commercial, maybe a couple of songs, and then boom, we come back, we in the second one. Basically, it's
Mm,
gonna have a kind of radio show-ish feel, even though it's
mm,
a podcast. So there
okay.
will be transitions in, transitions out, stuff like
Mm,
that. Um, to give it maybe like for an example, a 1 hour show could probably get stretched out to an hour and a half show under the
mm,
radio format, and then like a 30-minute or a 15-minute music block afterwards, and maybe a lot of promos for a few more shows
mm,
afterwards, and then at the 2 o'clock hour the new show start,
mm.
whoever has
Gotcha.
the 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock slot. So every 2 hours is going
Hmm.
to be a podcast, whether
Okay.
it's a TDR podcast, whether it's another local podcast. The purpose of the radio station is to get non TDR affiliated shows
Hmm.
more exposure.
Gotcha.
So, for an example, where you are, there's got to be black podcasters there, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know anybody who's going to turn down trying to get national exposure for their show.
Right.
So if you could get national exposure for your show, and the
Hmm.
only thing you have to do is what the fuck you're doing, you're not going
Right.
to say no. So if you
Right.
find out like, hey, my podcast just got picked up by Tone Deaf Radio,
Hmm.
so check us out every Wednesday from 11 to 1. I just got free publicity in the area who never heard of us before, all
Right.
because one show is promoting their 2 hour block.
Right.
The thing about it is the podcasts are not what really I'm getting my money from. It will
Hmm.
be the advertisements and the
Hmm.
record artists who want their music to be played.
Right.
That way, no matter how shitty your song is,
Uh huh.
it can get some airtime, some
Right.
unbiased airtime, where I go ahead and I say, "Hey, my guy, pay me $50, and your song will get put into rotation here for the next month." So
Right.
whenever I need to make a break, depending on how many songs I've gotten submitted to me, your
Hmm.
song might come on 3 times a day just because I got a big gap I need to do. Or your
Right.
song might come on, 5 times a week for the next
Hmm.
month. That's 20
Right.
rotations. For some people, that's a lot that your song got exposed. That's probably more exposure than you get in your own city.
Exactly.
So charging them. And then the commercials. Commercials already get $60 to run a commercial. You might
Hmm.
either get added as a pre-roll on the actual podcast, or I might actually give you the opportunity to pay for your commercial to be added to the network. So that
Hmm.
way, whatever you selling, it can either A, cater to the local community, or
Hmm.
B, you can get more of a national thing. So if you somebody like, take Mimi for an example, you
Hmm.
sell exotic toys.
Right.
Adding a commercial for her shit on a radio station will get her more exposure. That way she gets now out of town orders.
Hmm. Hmm.
But let's say Sally's, you know, country kitchen, well, she
Hmm.
might not need the radio station because
Hmm.
who the fuck is buying your food in Kentucky and you in Milwaukee?
Right.
It'd be smarter for you to get added onto the podcast pre-rolls because you're listening to Milwaukee-based podcasts who knows the area, so they can easily promote you. It works
Right.
out better. So
Okay.
Is there a real business called Sally's Country Kitchen? If it is, I never heard of it.
no one,
Okay, I'm
fuck
just saying. But you be knowing all these local businesses. I thought you knew something I didn't know. That's all I
no.
asked.
That might mess. You know what? If you Google it, you might find one.
It
See?
probably is. I don't even think country kitchens are a big thing anymore since
Mm-mm.
since soul food has been tied back to high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's true. I know it was a country kitchen in New York on Atlantic Avenue, man. Food used to be banging. And that was just the name of it. It was called Country Kitchen. That shit was
I'm
off
just
the
saying.
chain.
We
Yeah,
So,
need
but you
more
right.
soul. We need more soul food in America.
bruh, you
Yeah.
got high blood pressure. Shut up.
No, I do not. My blood pressure is A-OK.
I'm
Well,
just
I said
saying.
don't.
You don't
Well, I
need
said, don't incorporate me in that.
you don't need that soul
Right.
food to your life.
Right. I went back to the doctor. He was like, "You are fine, my guy."
Yeah, Cal, I'm gonna end up cutting her loose. I'm gonna end up putting her back in the friend zone where she should
Yeah, you
say that.
you need to.
Because I just looked at my timeline and somebody else who I literally said, "Hey, let's
Hmm.
go out," was basically she was like, "Cool, let's go."
Right, and that's how
I'm,
it's supposed to be.
I'm
That's
like,
exactly how it's supposed to be.
why am I sitting here wasting my energy dealing with yo
Hmm.
problematic ass when I can definitely
Oh, Tom, what you do?
nothing.
Exactly.
Asia getting on my damn nerves already.
Don't nobody need no added stress, no added bullshit. If it ain't bringing that good feeling in your space, cut that shit loose. Cut it
She,
loose and keep it trucking.
she getting on my nerves, dog.
Yeah, see, you in your situation, you don't need nothing getting on your nerves. Anything getting on your nerves needs to be removed and replaced. Body just removed and replaced. That's
I
it. You had your
mean,
shot, you had your
does
chance. That's it.
this surprise you? You seem like
Removed and
shocked.
replaced.
Actually, bro, she wasn't a problem at first. That was just it, dog. It's not. She's not a problem in the way you think she a problem.
But see,
A, pro-
now that
a
she's showing,
problem is a problem. I don't care how you define it, shape it. Problem is a problem.
hmm and now that she's showing that she's a problem, you got two choices: remove that problem, or you gonna continue to keep dealing with that problem. Now, if you choose to keep dealing with that problem, you can't no longer fault her. You got to start looking at yourself and start asking yourself, why am I keep allowing her to be a problem to me? So you gotta remove that or whatever. She showed you what it is. So now you got to deal with it accordingly. And right now you don't need none of that. You need woosah. You need peace. You need somebody to fucking have you like, yeah, this is it, and like not no other bullshit. Remove that, get rid of it, keep it pushing. You had your chance, you had your shot. It is what it is. It's life. It didn't work.